So this is definitely a nice buck, 170 to 195. I think we'll take him with buckshot actually, just because you guys have asked for more gun hunting, and actually I want to take him there in the sun. Hello and welcome back to the Hunter Classic. So today we're here on Whitehart Island for the holiday event. We're going to be hunting to try to get some animals to increase our score, and also I'm going to be kind of just going to wherever the rest of the Thanksgiving missions lead me. I have to do the last two, and the one we're on now is to harvest a turkey scoring over 45, one with spurs of a half-inch or longer, and one unspooked, and they can actually all be the same turkey, but we've got a female up here that we're going to try to call in because it counts for points towards the holiday event. So we've got the first of at least 4 female turkeys coming into the field here. We're just going to take it with the 22. I want to try to get them all because they're worth 40 points in the holiday comp, which is pretty decent. She's down. I actually thought I saw another one. We finally got another one coming out of the brush. We'll just take our shot, and now she's actually walking away. She's down. I don't know why they turned around, but they'll hopefully come back. I think I can possibly see another one there. Yeah, there's a third one. She's down, and I know there's another one up here. I definitely saw it. Hopefully it'll come out. Oh, there it is. Should be able to get it as well. I only heard 4 calls, so I'm guessing this is the last one. And she is down, so that should be a solid 160 points for the holiday event right away. And I guess technically that's the harvest the unspooked turkey part of the mission that I have to do for the Thanksgiving ones, which hopefully are still active. I'm recording this early hours of December 2nd, and I was told that it might be until December 3rd that they run. I can't remember, and I kind of forgot about them, but I wanted to get them done because the trophy was kind of cool looking. But we'll just grab all these quickly. Actually had a headshot on the first one. I knew I aimed a bit high, but I didn't realize I caught it in the head. The rest of these should just be body. I don't know what range the 22 can drop a turkey with a body shot. Maybe it's all the way out to render, but that might be worth checking out. I've never really tried it, but I know I've definitely hit them flying with the 22 and not dropped them, so I think it is possible. Maybe at longer ranges. But 4 turkeys down already. Guess I'll show you the path that we're taking now. You can see the tent that we spawned at here. And we're doing a similar thing that we did in the turkey leftovers video. We're going to head down here to this tower, and if we don't get the mission done, we'll fast travel over here to the golden tree stand and hopefully knock it out there. And if not, we're going to head down to the lake there, and we should hopefully be able to find a turkey scoring 45 plus. I think if we get one that scores over 50, that'll get both objectives of the mission, but we'll see. We've got our first gobbler of the day. Ooh, 60 to 75. That really should be completing our mission. I just have to make sure he doesn't get too close and spook. So we definitely did just spook that female that was there. There's actually a blacktail buck coming in. I kind of want to wait here, to be honest, because there's a couple more turkeys coming in. And 40 points is a pretty good amount, honestly, for this competition. So we'll at least wait until that blacktail buck makes it here. Because he was decent. I think he should score right around 150, but I'm actually curious how big this turkey is, because it had a decent weight estimate. And the problem with the larger turkeys, the ones that have a good beard and spurs, they usually don't weigh very much, and their weight is a pretty big factor into their score. So let's grab this guy and see. Unfortunately, he's quite light as well. 64, though, that's definitely still a good score, even though he's only 8.6 kilograms. Not a bad-looking trophy shot. And actually, not a bad turkey. So we actually really lucked out in terms of the last mission, because one of the objectives is to harvest a blacktail scoring over 140, and this guy's minimum is 145. So I think we'll just try to take him there at 40 meters. He is down, and we have to take a turkey with either 22 or 17 HMR ammunition, and we have the 22 with us, so there was actually a gobbler just back here. That's why I shot the blacktail at 40 meters. I'm hoping the gobbler is far enough away it didn't spook from that, and hopefully it'll come in. So it looks like that worked. Our gobbler's coming in. He's pretty average size, it looks like, 35 to 50, but we have to take him with the 22. We'll just go for a headshot just for fun. Definitely nailed that. So that should be 2 of the 4 objectives. There's another turkey running over there. I wonder if I can get it. Where did it go? Oh. I can't see it. Oh well. Anyway, the other 2 objectives are to harvest a Roosevelt elk from over 50 meters and a white-tailed deer weighing over 70 kilograms. So those are both really doable. Definitely got our headshot on this guy. 46 score. So that is that objective, and this blacktail will easily complete the other objective, and I don't think I had to take anything with a specific weapon other than the turkey, so we are good to go. We don't have to grab any other weapons. We'll just pick this guy up quickly and see what he's going to score. Caught him in the neck. 148. That is that part of the mission done. We do have a blacktail doe up there. I mean, I think every blacktail is worth 10 points for the holiday event, so I'm not just going to pass it. Usually I probably would, but we'll try to take her out and then look for some elk. So in the interest of saving time, we're just going to take out this blacktail doe with the 308 handgun, rather than calling her in a bit closer to take with the bow. So she is down. We're going to fast travel down to the southern part of Whitehart Island to get our elk and whitetail. And I think coyotes might be worth 40 points each as well, so I'm going to switch my 22 out for the F3 shotgun, just in case we get the opportunity to take like a couple of coyotes out of one pack. Left lung shot on her, and we're going to fast travel down to the south. So although a white-tailed doe is never going to reach 70 kilograms, it's the same case as the black-tailed doe. It is going to count towards the holiday event, even though it's not much. So we're definitely going to take her out. I've got more footsteps to the left, but I believe that's another doe as well, because I think I did get 2 separate calls. So that doe's down, and the footsteps to the left probably are a doe, because whatever it is didn't spook, and I would imagine any buck would have. I don't see her yet, though. Oh, there she is. And it is another white-tailed doe, but we'll take her out. And as long as we can get her, we'll have 20 more points towards the holiday event. I actually almost shot too far back, because I think she walked against that tree and got like a bit of a... I don't know, when she walked against it, it seemed like she sped up just a bit. But we'll grab the other one and continue our search for a 70 kilogram whitetail buck, and actually any Roosevelt elk as long as it's 50 meters plus. Actually caught the spine on that one. I thought I was a bit high with that shot, but it took her down. There are white-tailed does everywhere. I've got this one in front of me and another one just called to the right, but it's funny. Usually I would think this is a bit annoying and kind of like a disappointing spawn, but I'm actually glad to see a bunch of does because they're easy to get. It's not like I'm spooking them consistently by just getting too close or whatever. And like normally I don't like episodes where I get a bunch of females. I tend to pass a lot of them, but since it's helping the holiday event, I'm more than happy to take these females. That said, though, this is getting a bit ridiculous. This is not the doe that I just heard. There's actually yet another one down there to the right. But in terms of speed, this is going to be the 5th whitetail doe, and each whitetail is worth 10 points, but I'd say it's a bit less efficient than hunting ibex, just hunting whitetails here in the southern part. I think you'd get more points because an ibex is worth 60. But we just did an ibex hunt recently, so I didn't want to do that again. Plus I had the Thanksgiving missions to do, but it's definitely not bad. There's definitely species that are going to be slower that give higher points. And here she is. We'll just take her between the two trees, I think. And she is down, so that's 50 more holiday event points. Hopefully we can actually get those missions done, but we've got a pretty good number of harvests already. I think 6 turkeys, 5 whitetail, and 2 blacktail now. I swear sometimes this game can hear me. Every time I say something like that, I always get like kind of the opposite of what I want. So in a recent video I said that we're getting a pretty good ratio of bucks to does on the map, and then the very next animal I get is a doe. Now this time I'm saying that I'm happy to take a bunch of does, but I'm getting nothing but does, tracks, and calls. Bobcats are actually worth 60 points, I think. 40 or 60. I'm not sure. I think it might be 60, so we might try to bring him in. So our bobcat didn't come in. I'm guessing he got stuck on a tree, or maybe he just walked out of render, but we've got another white-tailed doe in front of us. This is getting a bit ridiculous. This is the 7th one, I think, without a single buck, and this one we're not even going to drop. Hopefully we caught a lung, but I'm going to follow her regardless, because maybe she'll lead us to a buck, because where I'm going certainly isn't finding any. So to be fair, I was going to come here anyway, but it's almost as if tracking that doe did lead me to a buck finally, and actually I heard a second buck as well, so hopefully we can drop this guy. I'll let him get off that incline because it's going to make the shot a bit tougher. And the doe is lung hit, so we should be able to find her. But we'll take this guy out. And unfortunately he's running as well, and that does not look like lung blood. I believe it's intestines. But we'll wait for the other buck to show up. That one will complete the mission though. He was 75 kilograms minimum. I'm not so sure this guy was worth waiting for. He's actually even heavier than the other one. He's got a better estimate anyway with an 80 kilogram minimum. So we'll just take him with the 308 rival. Once again to save a bit of time. So we will do the tracking that we need to do. We'll finish the white-tailed doe tracking first just to give the buck that we intestine hit a bit more time to expire. And then after that I'm going to try for a bit to try to find an elk, but I'm not too sure that's going to happen, at least in this video. But we're not really doing those missions anyway. We're just completing them as we hunt for the holiday event. And as far as a holiday event hunt, this has definitely been a success. We got a lot of points, especially early on with all those turkeys. Actually, the white-tailed doe didn't make it much further than where I stopped tracking her when the buck grunted. And we just caught the left lung on her. So we'll go track the other buck that we hit, and maybe we'll get lucky and even find an elk along the way. So our white-tailed buck is just ahead. Actually got another one grunting up there. In fact, I can see him. Just take a look and see if he's anything decent, and he is definitely not. We'll just spot him, 82-105. But I think we hit this guy in the liver or maybe stomach intestine, because there was a ton of blood early on. It was liver stomach actually. And a 122 score. You can hear the bobcat color going. There's one that called from over there, and I just put the color down immediately because I knew in order for him to get to where the color is, which is back there, he'd have to cross right here. And he's on his way, so I'm just going to stay prone and let him come in. He's going to be worth a lot more than the whitetail, so there's no reason to try to get the whitetail and potentially spook the bobcat. So our bobcat's coming in. We're just going to spot it and see if we get male or female. And it's going to be a female, so we'll just take her out there with the shotgun before she spooks. Can barely see her. But she is down. I'm just going to leave my predator color back there because I've been told that when you equip a loadout that has the e-collar in it, it will just go into your inventory. It'll take it off the map that it was left on, so I don't have to worry about going back for that because I do have it in my Whitehart Island loadout. Man, we really hit everything on that bobcat. 6.7 score, but it's mainly worth the points for the holiday event. I'm just going to fast travel up here to the north part of the southern island here on Whitehart, and if there's no elk there, I'm just going to find one more animal and call it a video because I don't have much more time. And unfortunately, it looks like we're going to get a whitetail buck, so I'll have to finish that mission some other time, but we'll call the buck in. So this is definitely a nice buck, 170 to 195. I think we'll take him with buckshot, actually, just because you guys have asked for more gun hunting, and actually I want to take him there in the sun. So kind of rushed that shot a bit. Actually, I did see coyotes down here, and honestly, I should have taken them in terms of the holiday event, but I can't pass on a whitetail buck that big. And I think coyotes are only worth 20, so if I could have gotten one, it would have been 10 points more than the whitetail, and quite honestly, I'll take a nice whitetail over that. This guy might actually replace what I've got in my lodge. Let's pick him up and see what we get for a score. Pretty much hit everything again. 170, so unfortunately he's pretty much the minimum on that score estimate, but definitely a nice buck to end the video on. So I think this is a pretty good looking trophy shot, and man, it feels good to just end a video on a good note with a nice buck like this. But I think you guys are going to be seeing a good bit of this type of video for the next month, because I'm going to be trying at least to place fairly high in the holiday event comp. So with that, Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, and I'll see you in the next one.